Hi, my darlings. Hi, my loves. It's your girl, Queen Lisa, and I am here today with the reading for you all. Hope you guys are doing well. To all my new and returning subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. Grab a seat. If you do like the content that I share with you all today, please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you're notified each and every time I do upload. And without further ado, we're going to jump into this energy. Okay, y'all. So as y'all can see from the title, there is a hellhound who is on your ass, and they is wondering why judgment is in reverse on them. Hey, darlings, you see this? You see this hellhound? It don't look like he coming out that bitch. It look like they being backed into that motherfucker by the souls that they've been trying to consume. See, these are the chosen ones that are rising up against this entity that's riding us right now. That's trying to consume us. The ones that's trying to take us out so that they can reign forever. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. The little imp down there that's fueling this shit, that done sick this hellhound on the collective, is confused as to why it ain't working out for them in their favor. Yeah. They is confused as hell. And they trying to fuck their way through this shit. Yeah, they out here trying to cast all kinds of little spells on people to keep people in this fucking cycle, to keep it from fucking dissipating, to keep this shit alive and thriving. They trying to send all they heavy hitters, all the ones with the third legs and the kickstands in between their mother freaking legs, to just knock down as many of us as they can. And they ain't even, you know what I'm saying? They don't care. Men and women. Everybody going down. Yeah, and see, they trying to use these men that project themselves. They're very good at projecting that they are something that's of value, something that you need. You don't need this shit. This is a trick and a fucking joke. And I'm here to help you realize and identify when tricks and jokes like this come about. Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. But for majority of y'all, it's like all they need for y'all to do is stay in La La Land. If that makes sense. Majority of y'all, all they need for y'all to do is stay in La La Land. So they can keep on keeping on with this Decepticon ass behavior. They need you right here so that they can keep on doing this right here. Hey, my darlings, welcome, welcome, welcome. And you making it hard for them. That's why it seems like everybody just being mean, because those are the ones that's working against you. Those are the plants. Those are the agents. Yes, darling, there should be things on the side that you can hit to like, love, whatever the case may be. They're upset because you binding them. The same way they're trying to bind you up, you binding them up. They don't like that shit. You see what I'm saying? They mad because you won't just let them come in and have their way. You won't let them come in and put that thing on you and have you under their spell. They mad because you won't allow them to put this spell on you. You got the Knight of Pentacles. See, this person is, thank you, darling. They're upset. Y'all don't mind my clothes back there. I'm folding up clothes. If y'all know, we moving now. I dressed up like I had some things to do. I had to handle some business, but don't mind my background. And I don't care if you do mind it. That's not your business. But anyway, yeah, you got the Knight of Pentacles here, and with the Ten of Wands, and then you got the Seven of Pentacles. They're trying to reap your harvest. That's why they need you under this spell. They need you delusional. They need you confused. They need you going over there when you really need to be over here, paying attention to them, because they like the little rabbits. What's the little rabbit movie that was going into that man garden, stealing that man garden? I forgot the name of that. Peter Rabbit or whatever that man, the little rabbit name was. He was going in that man garden and he was stealing that man vegetables and stuff, and the little girl was standing on the other side of the little on the other side of the land, and she was for the rabbits. And, you know, she would help fight the old man off to allow the rabbits to eat out of the garden and shit like that. Yeah. This is what in this particular situation, the collective is the mean man trying to keep the rabbits out the garden, and the op is the damn lady trying to convince us to allow the rabbits in to keep stealing our harvest. You feel what I'm saying? To allow them to slowly but surely consume our land, consume our goods for free, just because they are who they claim to be. And that holds no weight. It means nothing. I'm not going to allow you to take from me, take all that I worked hard for, when you can go and put in the same energy and effort to get it on your own, right? So now we have this Page of Swords energy here. Now they done off with the head. You didn't cut it off at the neck. You done nipped it in the bud, cut it off at the neck. They still riding that Dawn on your ass. You feel me? Because they still gonna get what they came for. They don't care how. Yes, darling. Thank you for stopping by, baby. Make sure you go back and watch it, okay? It's gonna be under lives. But yeah, they still want what they came for. They still want your harvest. They don't want to go do it on their own. They don't want to get it on their own. They want you to provide it for them, and they're going to make you, or they're going to break you and with this spell, and they're going to come and get it. That's what it is. They're going to come get what they came for. They telling you that you ain't going to stop them. This is what this is about. They trying to let you know. They trying to stick their chest out. I'm going to get what I came for. You feel me? And no, you're not. You're not going to get any of that. Yeah, you got communication coming in about these plots, plans, and schemes behind your back of how they done got this multi-headed dragon. They done riled the dragon up, done went to the dragon's lair and made a deal with the dragon. Yeah. And the damn genies. They done went to go rub the damn genies and get their 3 little wishes. These motherfuckers they done went and met with all the demons. All the big dogs. Just to take your ass down, just to take your harvest. They saying, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. I'm gonna get what I came for. I'm gonna take what I came for. That's what they saying. And you just like, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. You're not gonna come over here and bamboozle me. You're not gonna bully me. You're not gonna take from me. You're not gonna do it. Let's see, I'm sliding. 1 minute the chick want to move, next minute the bitch don't want to move, child. I don't know. But yeah, 8 of Cups, they coming for you. Page of Pentacles, they making sacrifices on putting you on the altar right now to get guidance to where you are for something, anything, any type of entity that's willing to put themselves on the line to help this fucking hellhound find you, because they have lost your scent. Their energetic tie towards you has been cut, so they can't find you anymore. So they got to go and source outside sources to get help finding you. And ain't nobody going for that shit, because them demons that they conjured up in the beginning to help them steal your harvest are the very ones who have been made your footstools already. So they work for you now. So they just playing this person like a fiddle, making them think that, oh yeah, excuse me, we're going to take your bribes, we're going to take your gifts, but we ain't working for you no more. We ain't working with you no more. You are not our boss anymore. We working for the collective. I cannot. You done defeated these damn demons that they came your way, and now they working for you. You see that? Yeah. You the big one, not the little one. You feel me? And they finding that shit out the hard way too. So we got the 8 of Pentacles And the Six of Swords. So this is like somebody's trying to swap destinies with you. Somebody want what you worked hard for. They playing in graveyard magic, graveyard dirt. They trying to resurrect dead situations. They trying to go back to exes that you've already messed with and sleep with them to convince them to come back and mess with you. So if you see a lot of exes trying to hey baby, if you see a lot of exes trying to spin the block, come back around, and they real strong about it. They got heavy emphasis on wanting to be in your life, heavy emphasis on wanting to start all over again. It ain't for what they saying it is for, it's because they've been paid to do so. So let that shit go, because this is what these bitches is out here doing in the graveyard. Having a time in this graveyard playing and not thinking any of this shit gonna circle back. Yeah, but see, you done moved on to calmer waters. They can't find you again. Every time we get to the collective, where is the collective? Put up and out the way. Not able to be tracked, not able to be found. The hellhound will never find your scent again. It's going to have to go back to where it came from. And the motherfucker going to come back hungry. And it's going to attack its master. And his master, little do he know, he finna be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Fuck a snack. He finna be a whole meal, 4-course meal to this damn hellhound that returns empty-handed because they lost your scent. They can't find you anymore, but they hungry. So the master gotta feed them, and the master ain't gonna have what this hellhound is craving. So it's gonna take out his master. It's gonna turn on his master. And when it turns on the master, then the masses is gonna have his time with this motherfucking hellhound. Because like I showed you before, it don't look like this hellhound is coming out. It look like it's trying to defend itself. It's being backed into a corner. You see that? It ain't coming out of a corner. It's being backed into a corner. Look at the two heads in the back. That's showing you that it's being backed up. And the masses are gathering to push this bitch back to the damn pits of hell from which it come from. And that bitch finna be locked in that motherfucker for all eternity. Until another stupid dumb motherfucker think it's big and bad enough to unlock the bitch, they'll try to let it out for another run around the block. It ain't happening, Captain. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles. See, you have cut yourself off from all of the things that no longer serve you for your greater good. So you're able to bask in the glory of your harvest on your own. You and you alone is going to reap the benefits of the work that you put in. And your archangels is devouring, cutting up these serpents that's trying to wrap themselves around you. So that you can come up out of that energy. It's like you're shedding this energy. You're going from, you're transforming, you're transmuting, you're evolving. Every time we see the collective on this card, you're in a different form, right? So you're coming up out of this serpent form. It's like you adapted to blend in, to get along and get by and survive these motherfuckers. Now you ain't got to do that shit no more. Now you can go back to your true divine form. And that's how they gonna know that the Lord is real. Because you're gonna transform right before them, and everybody's face is gonna crack. Everybody gonna have a whole omelet on their fucking face, because they're gonna be like, we had an angel amongst us the whole time and nobody was smart enough to figure it out. Because you're too busy trying to take a motherfucker out. You're too busy trying to get a motherfucker before a motherfucker gets you. But you ain't paying attention to what was right in front of your damn face. That's exactly what it is, honey. Yeah. Yeah, Two of Swords, Queen of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. See, these people want to change your mind. They want to make your mind up for you. They wanted you to be the devil's wife, the devil's baby mama. They wanted you to be a part of them. They wanted you to be a part of the crew. Look, it's 11 people in the room and it's 11 lights. Exactly. Block them hating assholes. Who told you to click on the video anyway? It was just mad because they seen a beautiful divine queen and they just wanted to come in here and make a scene. Not on my time today. We don't have time for that shit today. No, we don't. But see, the joke is on them because you made it out the maze. They the ones who got lost in it. See, you on top. You can see the whole fucking picture. You see the whole thing. You saw the whole picture from the beginning. They never did. That's why you the one standing out on top, beating your chest because you made it out. You feel what I'm saying? What the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. And you knew that and you stood on it. You never varied from that. You never forgot that. That was the main thing that you kept in the forefront of your mind. You didn't give this to me and you can't take it away from me. You didn't give it to me and you can't tell me how to use it. You didn't give this to me and you can't judge me because I got it. That's really what it is. It all boils down to these people are jealous. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. They wanted to take you down, but you took them down and you took your shit back. You took down these motherfucking Nephilims and you took your shit back. Yeah, and now they mad. They crying. They going back to their master. Master, they defeated us. We left empty-handed. They wiped us all out. They only left a select few to come back and relay the message. You feel me? That's all you did was leave a messenger to go back and report back to your master so he know exactly what the fuck going on with an extra message on top of being advised of what the fuck just took place. Yeah. Because it needs to be understood that this is a wrap. It's a wrap. It's through. Finito. Finished. So don't come over here with that shit no more trying to goddamn go resurrect this shit. Because every time they try to resurrect this shit, it's going to drop them like a fly. It's going to be like that fitting. That Fenty. Whatever they call it. That fentanyl. I'm just going to say it. That fentanyl. That one and done. That's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to hit them when they try to come and mess with you. It's going to take them out instantly. One hit and it's going to be done. By the time they get done casting the damn spell, it's going to be over with. Yeah, 4 of Cups. See, they don't want to leave. I don't want to leave, but I got to go right now. Yeah. Trey Songz ass motherfucker. Now they sitting in the lagoon by themselves. Washed up. And look, that's the truth. I cannot make that shit up. That's the truth. Ace of Swords. Now the real dragons, the real righteous ones, gonna stand. These fake ass dragons, these wannabes, these copycat, these reptiles, these serpents, they try to replace the true dragons. See, now everybody's working together. Everybody's working together for humanity, to save mankind, to bring back the unity and community, because the real has returned. The real dragon, not the draconian, but the real dragon that they're trying to keep sleep and dormant is rising and will rise back to its proper position, back to its throne where it was supposed to be. You want to take something out for protecting what it was supposed to protect. You want to take something out for it doing its job, behooving. That's what they're trying to do to the collective. They want to take us out because we want to honor our contract that we signed with the Most High to come down here and learn. Yeah, 6 of Wands. We're making it because we're tapping back into our energy, the very thing that they tried to, demonize and weaponize. They said we shouldn't go to wars and we shouldn't touch. It's dark. It's demonic. Oh, wow. They sucking it up. They sucking it up. But we done took it back. Because all that sucking it up and knowledge that they have obtained, they are tapping into energies that don't communicate with them. Not their ancestors. Not their kind. They're not a part of none of that shit. So, again, why did you take it in the first place? And that's where we're at. It's like all these things that they took, all these destructions that they caused, all this upheaval that they caused, all this riffraff that they have caused was for no reason. It was null and void. They always thought in the back of their mind, and what was fueling them was, I'm going to make my own key so that I can use what I've stolen. Because they didn't have, and they weren't properly equipped to wield the energy and the gifts that they were trying to steal or did steal. They may have stole the gifts, they may have stole the soul, but it was invaluable once it was in their possession because they didn't have the power to wield it or use it. So they misused it and abused it, desecrated it, disrespected it. And now they want to be like, oh, well, it's damaged now. We don't want it. We can't use it. We did everything we could. We can't use it. You can have it back now. So we no need. No need. The Most High already replaced it. And replaced it times 10. So what we coming with now, these people gonna wish they left motherfuckers alone. That's all I'm saying. They gonna wish they left humankind alone. Mankind is gonna wish they would have left humankind alone. There's a spiritual warfare going on right now, a spiritual battle going on right now between mankind and humankind. And if you don't know the difference, you need to go read a book. You need to go do your own research and jump down that rabbit hole on your own. Because if you know, there's a difference. We're not the fucking same. That's why they get so offended by it, because we reign superior. And they want the superiority to remain on their side. So they keep us in a bad light, and they keep a bad taste in everyone's mouth about us. The propaganda, the influence, the things they put in our communities and neighborhoods and our foods and grocery stores and all the things they do to oppress and suppress us is because we are superior. We reign supreme. Just being left alone and not being bothered, we will outdo them. Just by simply existing, we reign supreme over them, and they can't have that. They can't handle it. They can't take it. They're like, we ain't gonna take it. You gonna take it laying down, and you gonna be forced to live out our reality while we live out yours right in your face. It's not happening, Captain. Yeah, 9 of Swords. Now they're being captivated. Now they're being captured and imprisoned, locked up, locked down. Same way they try to do us. Confirmation. Oh, Lord. I don't even know if y'all can hear me. I got this speak on. I hope y'all have been able to hear me. Yeah. And they mad about it, because they got to sit there and deal with that shit. Ain't nobody they can call on. Ain't nobody they can hold on to. All that cooning and jickabooing and tomfoolery that they was doing, they got to pay the price for being a trickster. And they don't like the payouts. They don't like the payouts. See all these witches, all these warlocks, they tried to overtake the witches. All the warlocks that tried to, all the witches and warlocks. This is a coven of both witches and warlocks. I just heard all of them that got their strength off of the destruction of our people. It's over for them. It's over for them. The ones in your family, the ones in your community, the ones in your workplace that's blending in and making the world so bland. Just pretty, damn near draining the damn color out of the world. Everything just blends in. Don't nothing stand out no more. Don't nothing grab your attention. Everybody's just, buffering or breezing through. Nothing's captivating. No, nothing's capturing your attention anymore. It's because of these motherfuckers trying to damn it drain the color out of the world to the point where nothing will matter anymore. Everybody just be a shell of themselves because, color aligns with the chakras and we need color. You know what I'm saying? Color exudes energy, emotion, a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Colors connect a lot of things in life. The spectrum. You feel me? A metaphysical science doctor, a metaphysical practitioner. That's what I am. University of Sedona. You can look it up. But it's just like these people on the way to hell and then never to return to the surface to dwell amongst humankind. Mankind is finna go back to where they came from, and they quote unquote claim they're not going out with a fight. They don't want to they want to leave their mark. They don't want to be erased. They don't want to be eradicated. They don't want to be not remembered like they did everybody else that they had to wipe out in order for them to get the little bitty positions of power that they had. They still never reigned supreme to the position that we did. They never reached our fullest potential. After all that they have done, all the horrible things that they have done, they still never got on our level. They just lowered it down to their levels to where they could hop over it. You feel what I'm saying? But if the bar was left where they came in at, if it was left there, they would have been gave up a long time ago. They were not able to adjust that bar to bring it down to meet them where they were at, and they had to keep trying to meet the bar. It would have never got to this point because they would have been gave up. Because they weren't equipped to even match us, to battle us on that level. They weren't equipped for that shit. But they was equipped for that mobbing and that thugging. They want to mob up on us. They want to thug up on us. They want to gang up on us. They want to, you know what I'm saying, doing all this ghetto bullshit. All that shit came from them. We didn't have no ghettos, no hoods, no boroughs, no none of that shit. That's they ass. That's them with washing once a year. They didn't even know how to properly clean themselves. But you want to say that you reign supreme on this earth, when still to this day, some of them people out there still only wash one day out of the week. They have a wash day, and they don't even use rags. They don't use soap. They let the shampoo run down from their motherfucking hair down their body and say that's washing. Bitch, that ain't nothing but the dirt running from your head down your body, and you saying you clean. But you supreme though. I don't know. But like I said, the ones who've been brainwashed by these people who allowed this to overtake them, who fell up into all this shit, who believe this shit, who conform to this shit, who indoctrinated themselves into this shit to play the game like they playing as well, going to hell with them too. They are a disgrace to the race. We don't want them. Take them with you. You can have them. Yeah, these little leprechauns that's trying to steal everybody motherfucking gold at the end of everybody rainbow and shit like that. Take them with you. The ones that's backing you up and it's okay with you destroying their race and begging and pleading that you don't destroy them too. Hey, I'm gonna sell myself out and be on your side just so I don't have to suffer like them. Take them with you. We don't want them. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles, because they ain't them the ones that they experimenting on. Them the ones that they misusing and abusing to try to see what it is and what ain't gonna work and how to unlock us. Them the ones that's voluntarily they're volunteering themselves to be experimented on. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's why they stand so strong behind him. because they putting themselves up to be sacrificed, to be experimented on for the sake of giving up their people's secrets to stop their suffering, when it's only making it even worse. Like, they have let these people convince them that if they do this, it's going to make your life easier just for them. That's where this one world order shit come from, where, oh, well, if you give up your race of people, we'll spare you. Bitch, you ain't gonna be nothing but the sprinkles on top of the shit Sunday that you helped them create. That's it. Who you think is Scorpio, baby? I ain't no Scorpio. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to get the riffraff out of here. I had to clear it out. I was sitting here. I was going on. I ain't see it. Motherfucker talking about they in my attic eating cotton candy out my wall. Like, bitch, what the fuck? Woo, boy, they'll do anything to get your attention, anything to distract you, honey. I'm telling you, anything. But what they can't do and what they ain't gonna do is stop us from thriving and surviving this shit. They mad because we have retracted ourselves. We have removed ourselves from the situation, and we sitting back eating popcorn, laughing at their motherfucking asses when it was fun when they had the gun, but it ain't fun when we got the gun. Everything was all funny when the joke was on us, but now the joke's on them ain't shit funny. No, where that same energy at? Why you ain't laughing? I thought we was here to have fun. I thought this was a family affair. I thought we was all, one for no child left behind. Remember? Ain't that what you said? So why we ain't laughing together? It's always separate when it comes to the feelings and emotions behind what's being done. You feel me? It's okay for us to be laughed at and mocked and kicked and everything else. But when it comes to them, it's not okay. It's a problem. We need to rally. We need to march. We need to do this. It's not right. It's not right. We shouldn't have to suffer like this. No, it's okay for you to think it's so it's okay for everybody else to suffer, just not you. It's okay for you to implement the suffering, but you shouldn't suffer. I'm confused. Mm-hmm. See, these Decepticons, they trying to, like I said, they've weaponized love so much to that love is the base ingredient for the majority of the spells that they casting. You feel what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I had it backwards. Love is the base ingredient for all these spells that they're casting now, because they feel like we so weak for it and we yearn for it so much that it don't matter where it come from, we just gonna take it however it come. And they come in this Decepticon manner, trying to deceive us in the name of love. And it's like, bitch, nobody's desperate, nobody's thirsty. We just want it. We want to be able to love on one another the right way without being interfered with or intervened by you all, because you all don't like the way we love on each other. You don't like the energy that we create in our atmosphere when we love on one another and we commune with one another. So now you want to try to weaponize it and try to make us hate it, so we won't try to recreate it or bring it back. No, it ain't gonna work like that no more. It ain't gonna work like that no more, because we don't think like that no more. That wasn't our mindset, it was yours. So all the things that you impressed upon us, all the things you tried to give us, we're giving it back. So take your shit back. Don't leave it on the curb. Don't litter. Take it back. And you live that life. You accept that kind of love. Yeah, the Empress. See, the divine feminine energy is returning to its true divine form. And it's going to heal the divine masculine, so the divine masculine can return to its true divine form. And divineness is going to return onto the atmosphere. is going to return unto the people. It's going to return unto the community. And that they can't stop, because that comes from within. No matter what wavelengths and frequencies they try to put in there, it's not going to last, because they're going to be wiped out. And so once they're gone, who's going to be in there to keep pushing that shit out? We ain't going to go in there and do the job for them. So once they're done, all of that shit that they have been doing is done. It may not stop immediately. Some things may stop immediately. Some things may take time. But it's going to self-destruct. They don't need no help from us with that shit. They self-destructing, and they want us to save them from self-destruction. No, man. That's why all these Ghost of Christmas Past ass exes is coming back. That's why they're trying to make all the final deals. These are the final deals that these karmics are making with these entities, because their time is over with. Their reign of terror is over with. They can't reside here no more. Look at that, bottom of the deck. They have been left behind. For who? The tables are turning. And who do you see on that card? The indigenous people returning to their culture, to their true way of life, without all this artificially created bullshit. Everything's going back to its original state. That's exactly what's happening right now. To this day. Like that man said on TikTok, to this day. Yeah, that's exactly what the fuck is happening. These motherfuckers is transforming, and they can't stop it. To the point where they ain't gonna be able to hijack our bodies anymore. They're gonna have to move around in their true form. That's why you see some of the futuristic videos, cartoons like Futurama and shit like that, where you see mankind, humankind, and all the extraterrestrials. Everybody's in their own true form. No more of that shape shifting shit to blend in and all that. You is what you is, and you ain't what the fuck you ain't. And that's what's happening. All masks is ripped off, and it ain't no more covering, cloaking, cloning, none of that shit. You're going to have to learn how to exist in your true authentic form, or find somewhere else to fucking reside. And the ones that refuse to exist here on this planet in their true authentic form is fucking leaving. Fucking leaving. All right, shuffled up this deck, and let's see what's going on here. Courage for the first card. You got ether cords. So you had the courage to cut them damn cords with them motherfuckers, because you was tired of living your life as a wounded warrior, a wounded healer. You wanted to come out of survival mode. You wanted to heal from these fucking wounds. You got tired of walking around bandaged up like a fucking mummy, because every time you turn around, you know what I'm saying, you would every time you turn around, you would you know what I'm saying, be receiving new wounds and shit. And all this and that and the third. Like, nah. You tired of that. You want to exist in your true authentic form. And you're creating a barrier that these motherfuckers can't cross. They can't come up in your space no more. They can't just walk in and out whenever they fucking feel like. They can't intrude in your life no more whenever the fuck they feel like. Service. Now you're able to serve people and feel good about it. Not feel bad about it, feeling like you're being forced to do so, or that's the only thing you good for. You're serving other motherfucking people, and you ain't no good to yourself. Now that you've healed yourself, now you some good to other people. See, these people, they wanted your self-esteem down. They wanted you to feel less than a failure, worse than a failure, like the scum of the earth. Like you just couldn't do right. Your name is can't get the fuck right. That's what you felt like it was at one point in time, because you just was feeling that everything that you were doing You weren't no good for yourself. You was only beneficial to other people, but you couldn't benefit yourself the same way you benefited other people. So the negative things that other people said about you, you tend to absorb that. You tend to believe that because why? That's how you felt about yourself from the projection that they put upon you. These people come and get your gifts and gas you up to use your spiritual gifts to save them, to help clean them up, change their dirty diaper and send them on back out there to shit up their diaper again and shit like that. But when it came for you to do that for you, they discouraged you from trying to heal yourself. They discouraged you from wanting to go within so you would never go without, because that means when you realize who you were and your worth, you would no longer want to help them. They knew that. They knew that if they allowed you to recognize your true worth and your value, you wouldn't help them no more. That's why they tried to keep you from yourself. They tried to hide you from you. They tried to influence you not to, you know what I'm saying, look into yourself and be the best version of you. You only good to other people. You ain't no good to yourself. Anything you want for yourself. Nah, you don't need that. You don't need that. You ain't no good for that. But I need you to come over here and do this and that for me. Come on over here and do this for me. Come do that for me. Nah, you don't need to do all that. You ain't got time for that. You got all this other stuff over here to do. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. But what about me? I gave you that money last week and I need you to come over here and do this, but you can't do this because you're trying to go do that for yourself. What is it anyway? You ain't going to pass. You ain't going to make it. You ain't going to get the job. You ain't going to do this. You ain't going to do that. So why is you putting your energy into all that? Why are you trying to do all that? You ain't going to succeed. So you might as well just stop before you even get started and come on over here and do what I got for you. Sound for me, don't it? Exactly. But again, when you, it's like I'm hearing that song from Toy Story, You Got a Friend in Me. When you went within and realized you had a friend within you, you was your own best friend. You and God was locked in twin where you been. God was your best friend, being your best friend the whole time. You feel what I'm saying? Then you was able to be honest with yourself about what it was and what it wasn't. And you were able to realize, you were able to see and realize that what these people were projecting upon you wasn't even you. That had nothing to do with you. Because when you looked at yourself and you addressed yourself, you didn't have these issues or problems with yourself, nor did you see any of that within you. But you seen it on them. You seen it within them. And you realize these people, they didn't like you because you weren't like them. You were different. You were better. You were superior. You reigned supreme against these people. And they didn't like it. And they tried their damnedest. Damn near went bankrupt to try to stop you. And they couldn't. Some of them fought to end your ass to the end of their time. There's a lot of people that perished around you that you didn't know was doing work against you. And that's why they was perishing. I know you may have felt like, dang, it's a lot of funerals going on, a lot of people passing, a lot of people doing a lot of people. And not only from people working on you, but it was other family members trying to do work on you, and it was bouncing off of you and sticking to other people. And then instead of taking accountability for, the spell work that they were doing and the energy they were putting out, they blamed you because it won't affecting you. It wasn't affecting the person who they were sending it to. So you got to be evil. You got to be a witch. You got to be something. You have to be something other than normal because it worked on everybody else. Why it's not working on you? Why is it bouncing off you like rubber and sticking to us like glue? What you got that we don't got? Why what we doing cannot hurt, harm, or stop you? Because they're the ones who aren't worthy enough. They're not worthy enough to take out a divine being. You feel what I'm saying? So don't get offended by them type of people when they don't invite you to their functions and shit like that. You don't play with demons. You slay them. So that includes not going to the demonic ass family reunions and functions and cookouts and all that other shit. You don't play with demons. You slay them under any circumstances, by any means necessary. But again, when you're able to be honest with yourself and love yourself for who you really are and stop giving a fuck about them motherfuckers not loving you and not giving a caring about you, your life changed. And you went from regret and grief and you moved on. You found yourself lightening up. You feel what I'm saying? And the grief went to those who was trying to cause you grief and harm and health failure, trying to take your life. They were losing their lives and their loved ones, full of disease. Yeah, because of their pride. They were so prideful. They was laughing and joking and, I mean, big belly laugh. Oh, yeah, just laughing at you because it was so funny that you were suffering because of them. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, yes, we hurt their feelings. We made them suffer. We did it. Yes. You're welcome, baby. Thank you so much for choosing me to get your message from today, honey. Thank you for stopping by and receiving this godly ordained message. Because as you can see down here in this chat, Satan Spawn ain't playing with me today. They fed up with me today. They want me to shut up. See, they thought I wasn't going to get on here today because I didn't get on at my regular time. But now they feel like they got time today because everybody getting off work or already off work, been off work for a little while. So all the little demons is keyboard thugging, trying to distract y'all from the message. Don't let them. But again, your perseverance scared them. You scare them because you just won't stop. You just won't give up. Yeah. They fear you. They fear your purpose. They fear your rise, your ascension to your throne, to your position that God ordained for you. Now you know who you are and what you came down here to do. Now you're doing it. And they can't stop you. They can't stop you. Now they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They lonely. Their community is falling apart, and yours is coming together. They sure did, and some of them did and didn't give a damn. They were trying to stop you and destroy you before you reached that level, because they were living off of you, energy harvest off of you, stealing from you in ways you didn't realize you was being stolen from. Yeah, but see, they don't. These people were ignorant. They were very gluttonous when it came to how much they were going to feed off you, how much they were going to siphon off of you. And they're worried, they're jealous, they're envious because the very thing that fueled them to do the things they did to you are the very reasons why they still hate you to this day. Because it was nothing they could fucking do to stop what the fuck they was hating on you for. It just made it better in their eyes. They were like, damn, it seems like the harder we hate, the better the better they get. You know what I'm saying? The more they become great, you know? That's how they felt about you. And now they regret. Now they saying that, hey, well, if we would have actually tried to work with this motherfucker, we would have, you know what I'm saying, got it in a better way. But it would have required certain work on their behalf. They would have had to heal from certain things. And they didn't want to do it because those were the very crutches that they were using to misuse and abuse people. So why would they change that? But see, and they gained abundance off of this. They gained a lot of abundance off this stupid whack ass shit that they was doing. But now, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. You sure did. When you signed your contract, you chose this family to be born into to help you become the master alchemist that you are. You're exactly right. So, I mean, we just not realizing that we knew what we signed up for when we came down here. But at the end of the day, how it's all playing out, it's like we getting our just due. And it feels so good because we learned the lessons that came behind what the fuck we went through and what we suffered. And we came down here and got just what the fuck we needed. They didn't know we needed them to treat us like that. They didn't know we needed to go through all of that to evolve to this level of unfuckwitableness. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't know that's just what they gave us is what the fuck we came down here for. And now it's time for us to shine. It's time for us to, now that we got what we came from, now it's time for us to use it to accomplish the overall mission. You know what I'm saying? Which is to rise the vibration of the planet in its entirety. We have risen to our position. And so now it's time for us to, you know what I'm saying, get information and get the job done. Yeah. See, there's miracles happening here with your relationships. You're going to attract in people who are on your timeline finally. You learned all the lessons that you need to learn from all the toxic people in your life. Now you're finna attract good people in your life. And it's finna be nothing but pure happiness. You can have sane conversations. You won't have to catch yourself dumbing yourself down to talk to these people, to interact with these people, to have conversations with the people. You will be able to properly converse with these people without feeling like you're having a mental, like you're having a stroke in your brain or some shit. Because you know how sometimes when you talk to people, it's just so mind-boggling. It weighs you down. It distorts your mind so bad. You like, why are we having this conversation? But there's no one else to talk to. That's how this whole, everybody who was around you had that same mindset. So you had to develop two different mind frames, mindsets. You had to learn, put a switch in that bitch. Smart on, smart off, because you couldn't talk like you wanted to talk around these people because they was committed to misunderstanding you, for one, and for two, their intellect wasn't high enough to grasp what you were saying anyway. So whether they was committed to misunderstanding you or not, they still would have never understood what you were saying because they could not process it. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. Amanda, I'm sorry, baby. I don't answer those type of questions. I don't. Even with people when they come in to do private readings, I stay away from those type of questions because that puts me in a position to be looked at as a psychic, and I'm not a psychic. I'm a metaphysical practitioner. Yeah, but now you're able to enjoy life. Joy is being returned and restored in your life. Some of you guys haven't felt joy in a long time. And now that you're in your true authentic energy, you're standing in your truth, you're showing gratitude for each and every moment that you're able to be in this energy, unbothered by these demons. You know what I'm saying? And your patience, I mean, of a saint, you had to have to get to this divine order in your life. And now that this divine order has been placed in your life, or your life has been rearranged in this divine order, judgment is raining down on these people. God had to make sure you learn what you need to learn, and you got through there, and you safely exited and got to your next location before he started raining down on their ass, because he ain't want none of that to touch you. He ain't want you to be within no arm's length reach or vicinity of these people for them to try to grab you back and pull you back down into that by any means necessary. Yeah. And now there's peace. Now you have peace in your life. And now you can trust people. You feel comfortable with trusting people again. Because, I mean, it was no fucks, no trust given at a point in time, because things were so treacherous and so tumultuous in your life when it came to interacting, conversating with people that you couldn't even believe what the fuck a motherfucker was telling you. It almost was like, if it ain't on paper, ain't signed, sealed, and notarized by whoever saying what, I don't believe that shit. That's how deep it was. Everything had to be on paper. Everything had to have some type of proof behind it. You won't just take nobody's word for nothing. Yeah. And so now you're able to fully surrender to the Most High in another way. See, you surrendered surviving and now you're living. Now you're learning how to live life. And now you have other things that you didn't know that you needed to surrender. You didn't even know that shit was going on inside of you because you were so busy stuck in survival mode, you couldn't see past that shit. So thank God for grace and mercy. Because he carried you through, he got you through, and now that you have made it through, you are resilient. Because you have resisted the damn influence of these fucking entities and demons trying to take your life and trying to trick you into giving them permission to do so. Yeah. And with you resisting these temptations from these entities, their secrets are being revealed. We're here and say that you doing this and you doing that. You ain't doing nothing. They did it to themselves when they did the initial act. They sealed the deal for themselves. They thought they were sealing it for you, but they for damn sure sealed it for themselves. See, God gives people free will for a reason. And will and ran that shit to the limit. Do you hear me? The fucking limit. And there were so many things that you could have done so long ago that you couldn't because these people fucking was on your ass. It's like, and I'm gonna use myself as an example right now. So many things that I could have done in my life. I could have been a millionaire. I could have been a business owner and had a successful business a long time ago. But people hated on me so bad, treated me so disgustingly that I couldn't do it because I was depressed and suppressed by emotions that did not belong to me. I was absorbing other people's spiritual garbage that did not belong to me. I did not know how to not allow what other people were doing to negatively affect me. I didn't know how to ignore people. And then it wasn't even ignoring people. I was oblivious to spell work. I knew not what that was because, again, I was deprived of knowing who I was. Nobody didn't want to tell me. Nobody didn't want to help me. Nobody wanted to mentor me. Nobody wanted to guide me. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody wanted to pour into me. Nobody, from my perspective, wanted me to succeed in life. There was a lot of people that I thought did not want me to make it to see 18. In my 18th birthday, I really spent that shit alone. Nobody celebrated me. Nobody really contacted me, called me. I had a friend stand me up. The one friend I counted on stood me up. You feel what I'm saying? And so, you know, I became the person who I wanted to be because that's what I wanted to be. Under any circumstances and by any means necessary, I was determined to be who God created me to be. I was determined not to let the world dictate to me who I was going to be because of how the world treated me. If anything, I would just remove myself from that environment and get away from the people who were treating me like that. And the shit subsided for a minute until the energy found me again and started body hopping and the people who I was around. So I was avoiding the people, but the energy was still following me. And so then I broke down again and had a quote unquote meltdown, mental breakdown. I said, okay, God, come again now. What I'm supposed to do now? And that's when I began my spiritual journey. And ever since then, there's been peace in my life. And it's been clipiana for these hoes. People still talking about me. They ain't seen me in years. I mean years. If I called a family meeting right now for everybody in my fucking family and went down the list of everybody who's running their mouth about me and asked everybody in the room to hold their hand up for anybody who's seen me between the last 6 months to a year, I know for a fact not one hand would be in the motherfucking air. Besides my daddy and my brothers. Them would be the only motherfuckers, 4 people in that room out of all the people in my family that could raise their hand and say, I know her. I communicate with her. That's my girl. That's my guy. That's we right here with it. And the ones with their hands still down in their lap would be the ones that the main ones. I got a whole list of shit that they been running their mouth about. A whole list of shit. They just why they wouldn't shut the fuck up talking about me. You just couldn't keep your mouth closed about me. You just couldn't stop talking about me. Cause see, some people they'll sit there and put word magic out to summon you back into position to where they can attack you. And when you ignore the summons for so long, you feel what I'm saying? That's when they start feeling the pressure. Because then your ancestors and the archangels start getting upset. Like, you arguing, you standing outside this person's protection and arguing and fussing and fighting, and nobody's hearing you, nobody's listening to you, and we tired of you like a gnat at a barbecue, like Martin said, a gnat at a barbecue, and somebody here just buzzing around, just won't move around. You're insisting upon attacking someone just because you want some type of attention. Because that's all it is. They just want you to acknowledge them. They want some attention from you. They so jealous of you, they gonna make you pay them some type of attention or some type of mind by any means necessary, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. And when you seen that, you realize that it was a lot of mental disconnections, mental malfunctions. There you go. A lot of mental malfunctions, a lot of mental health issues going around in your family that was being swept under the rug. There was a lot of people that needed deep therapy, that needed some type of counseling to help them through their mental disorders. It was a lot of undiagnosed people in your family that quote unquote deemed themselves worthy enough to diagnose you. They ain't want to diagnose themselves and nobody else around them that was doing way worse than you. But because you was doing way better than everybody else, everybody got something to say about you. Everybody got something to say about you. I mean, I don't know. I mean, at this point, it's just thank you, Sharon, for the subscription, baby. I'm down here catching up on y'all on y'all comments and questions and things. Who is this, Mr. Sir on X? Who is this? Triplet 5040. Thank you, baby. But oh Lord, that card stood straight up. Yeah, you have been freed from these people though, and your success is why they envy you now. That's it, and that's all. Your success alone is why the fuck they envy you, because they ain't play no part in it. You ain't take no advice from them. You ain't listen to their opinion. You ain't run it by them so that they can run interference. You ain't did shit but live your motherfucking life and lived your life without them and became the successful individual that God created you to be. You left them people alone and went on and did God's will, and they is seeing God's favor rain down on you. And now they want you to take the favor that God rained down on you with and have mercy on them with it. Bitch, you better talk to God. And I know y'all tired of hearing me say this, but I'm going to keep right on saying it. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. That's why it don't pay to play up in people's face. It don't pay to misuse and abuse a motherfucker, mistreat a person. It don't pay for none of that. It do not get you nowhere mistreating people, because they don't know who coming behind you. They don't know why God put you in a position to be brazen, why God allowed you to walk around with your chest out and your head up, not worrying about nothing, or not worrying about nobody doing you nothing, not worrying about anybody doing anything to you. Because of why? You know where your help come from. You know who you're protected by. So it ain't nothing nobody can say or do to you to make you question it. So why should I fear any man walking this earth when I know what's stepping behind me? That's what they didn't realize. Those are the questions they weren't asking. They was too busy hating. And because they didn't know what to hate on, they just made up shit because they didn't know where this energy was coming from. So instead of sitting down and doing their research and figuring it out, they just want to make a mockery of it and start a smear campaign and put all this disbelief in everybody's heart and mind about you. So that way, no matter what you did, nobody would pay you no mind. But see, what they fail to realize is that shit won't gonna go out past the community. Because once you remove yourself from that community and you got around people who didn't know you and had to take you for face value, and your first impression was the last impression on these people, they don't like how outsiders respect you. They don't like how outsiders treat you. They don't like the soul family that you have came into. They're like, them ain't your family, that ain't your blood, it don't matter. You ain't no better. I had to leave to cleave, mother sucker. And they don't like that. See, they wanted you to stay around, and they wanted to murk up your water, poison your water, and transform you into something that you were not. They wanted you to self-sabotage. They wanted to put in all the work to provoke you, to make you crash out. And when you crashed out, they were gonna be like, yeah, we did that. We did our big one on her. We did our big one on her. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, why they say when you dig a ditch for somebody, make sure you dig one for yourself, because you're going down now. Whether you want to be in denial about it or not, whether you want to blame everybody for the shit or not, or whether you trying to milk a motherfucker for some fucking empathy, bitch, you gonna suffer the consequences of your actions. And that's a fact. You gonna suffer the consequences of your actions. So be careful how you treat people. Yeah, because see, you was filled with cosmic power. You were born with it. That's why certain people couldn't touch you. They couldn't do nothing to you, because the energy and the God that resided in you repelled that shit. It's like you sitting here like, you know, being a happy-go-lucky, loving person that you are, and your ancestors standing behind you like, I wish you would, bitch. I wish you would, ho. It's up for you, ho. All the goons behind your ass like, it's up, ho. It's up, ho. It's up, ho. What's up? Bop, bop, bop. You feel me? They standing behind your ass big and strong and tall like, yeah, bitch, I wish you would, ho. I wish you motherfucker would, ho. I wish you would, ho. You gonna drop right here in front of you. Your head gonna get cold right in front of this person right now here today. I dare you. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Do something. Do him something. Just do something. Just do something. I dare you. That's why people be scared of you. That's why people respect you. Because that's what they see behind you. That's what they feel. That's what your energy exudes when you around demons. That's what they feel. That's that pressure. That's that big dog pressure that they feel when you enter into the room. And it's very intimidating. And it makes people very insecure. It makes people afraid. People are shaking on the inside when you come around. That's why they treat you like they treat you, because they're like, who is you to make me feel like this? I didn't give you access to me like that, and you making me feel like this, and I ain't even let you in like that. Who are you? You got to be some type of demon. You got to be something, got to be wrong with you. How can you come in and infect the air, the atmosphere, or affect a person that you don't even know like that? A person, the hitman, that's who I'm talking about. The ones that sneaking and geeking and hiding behind the scenes and shit, motherfuckers that don't even know you. You affecting them to that magnitude. You got straight and out here, both of them, the illers and the utterers out here, quaking, shaking like strippers when it come to you. Like word around town, they're like, hey, any deal come up around, shout it, don't take it. Because the last hitman that took the deal to do your ass something, I don't think they around to talk about it. Or they on their way out the door and ain't going to be able to talk about that shit no more. So understand it. Yeah, because see, you been worthy. You didn't have to earn it. You was born with it. That's why they attacked you at such a young age. And that's why they wanted to keep their thumb on your neck, keep their foot on your back, because they knew when you came out. The very things that you don't worry about, like they say, the very things that you ignore will come back to bite you in the end. So the very things that you may not worry about, you need to. Okay, that's why you leaving yourself open to attack. You putting yourself in a position for the ops to take your ass out because you ain't worried about them. Yeah, you might not be worried, but you need to be you need to be aware. And you feel what I'm saying? You need to be aware of what's going on so you can properly protect yourself from the attacks. Because just simply ignoring this shit ain't enough. Simply ignoring a person that's trying to attack you is not enough. You're gonna have to put in the work. But again, they mad because you are guilt-free about living in your true authentic energy. You're able to live out loud in your true authentic energy with no guilt, no shame, no nothing, because you won't living like them. You won't doing what they was doing. So why should you feel any of those feelings? Why should you feel like that? You feel what I'm saying? You ain't did nothing like that to nobody. You don't go out here trying to offend nobody like that. These motherfuckers is pretty shamed. I'm covering the shit up. They shame for what they did to you and how they treated you. That's right. A lot of us is alive because our grandmas is praying grandmas. A lot of us is alive. A lot of us right now to this day is alive because we got praying grandmas. Some of us may be aware of it. Some of us may not be aware of it. But yes, ma'am. And see, you learn to accept the challenges, and you learn from the challenges that presented themselves to you. You didn't take it in as an offense. You didn't take it in a way that it would put you in a position not to do anything or not to take on the challenge, to overcome the challenge, to learn from the challenge. Some people get offended by challenges and say, how dare you? You feel what I'm saying? Like, oh, thank you, baby, for the subscription. Woo, woo. Some people take offense to challenges, and some people feel like it's above their pay grade. Like, I don't got to do that. I'm this, I'm that, and be the ones who be falling the hardest. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, within respect to that, stay on your P's and Q's and stay within your scope of support from all angles, the whole picture, the whole thing. And not pick and choose which departments that you're going to pay attention to or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? And then and because you guys paid attention to the whole thing, the whole entire thing, you may have started off piece by piece, department by department, but when you realized it was a whole motherfucking scope of support that you was within, oh, you had to learn the whole scope of the whole situation so you can learn what it is and what it ain't, and what you can and cannot do, and how you should and should not act, and how you should and should not talk, and all these things. This is how you keep yourself abreast of the knowledge that you should obtain at certain ages and stages in your life. So when you come before the Most High, He can say, well done. And you won't have to answer for certain things because you kept yourself abreast, and you kept you obtained the knowledge that you needed to be just what you signed off to be on that contract when you came down here to go to school. So don't take what other people say your destiny is and should be as what it is and try to pursue that particular destiny. That's not your destiny. Everybody does not have the same destiny. God presents Himself to everybody in a different way. He does not present Himself to one person the same way He did another person, because everybody ain't the same. It may be similar, but it's not the same. Yeah, and see, now you creating doubt in these people's mind that they was ever equipped to do what they was trying to do to you, much less themselves and the shit that they was doing and outside of you. You know what I'm saying? You just making them doubt themselves as a whole. Like, damn, am I really who I claim to be? Because this one person right here wiped out a whole community, wiped out a whole coven of witches and warlocks. Am I really that big and bad? No, you're not. Yeah. And their end is your beginning. Again, it says, for some of y'all cannot exist and you cannot be successful with the people who cause you detriment still alive, if that makes sense. Like, these people have to be completely wiped out and sent on by their way in order for you to be successful and go on about your way without any more interference. So don't get sad. Don't make it an obligation to you having to go to these demonic ass people funerals. Don't nobody want to see no damn demon get buried. Don't nobody want to see that shit. That's a waste of time and space. Let the demons go bury their own motherfucking county. You stay your ass over here. And if anything legally they left behind or whatever, the right people will reach out to you and find you. And if it don't find you, then hey, I don't think too many of us has heard from what the fuck was up behind no way. And we don't want it. The shit tainted. Probably 9 times out of 10 we give it to charity or whoever the fuck else. We wouldn't even keep the shit. So I mean, it would be nice if we all could get along, but everybody ain't on that type of time, and that's why we sitting here having this conversation now. Because everybody can't get along with everybody because people can't even get along with themselves. They don't like themselves, and then they got demons and entities on them, encouraging them to be like that. So it's just all of what a person is battling. It's all about what a person is going through. So it ain't necessarily the collective can't get along. It's just what people have attached to them that's putting them in a position not to be able to function properly amongst the collective. And it's okay because everybody ain't everybody cup of tea and everybody ain't meant to be around everybody. Just like we see celebrities on TV, do we see them every day walking up and down the street? No, because it's calibers, it's different caliber. Certain caliber of people remain around certain caliber of people. There's levels to this shit. Period. You might get a glimpse of a fancy car, somebody ride through town or something like that. But what one person's average was one person's average is not another person's average. You know what I'm saying? My average ain't your average and so forth and so forth. But, everybody is right where they need to be per se. That's doing the work. You know what I'm saying? And now that you are reaping your harvest here and you have surrendered all of this riffraff and confusion to the Most High, now your creative energy is returning unto you, unfiltered, untainted, untouched, clean and pure, clean slate. And these motherfuckers is hating from a distance, trying to see how they can cloak themselves in some type of energy to come in and tap into this new creative flow, this new flow of creative energy coming into your life. And it's like, hell no, that's why I just said it. Some of these people's heads is finna get cold so that they can't come in with this fake ass energy to try to, cause you grief. See, yeah, your family is grieving while you shining. The very ones that was sitting on that fake ass throne is the ones that sitting back grieving now because they didn't realize until the magic returned unto them what they did was wrong. And again, like I said, they didn't realize it because they were in the land of delusion. That's why they had to keep spreading that delusion amongst everybody around them so everybody could be on the same type of time, so nobody wouldn't reject them, tell them that they wrong, try to convince them to stop attacking you. They would just simply join in with attacking you. And like I said, it's a lot of people that feel like they were bamboozled into attacking you and rising up against you because they were fed false information about you. And instead of, again, them doing their own research to find out the truth of the matter, they fell off. They got up into that shit because they was paid or whatever was used to convince them to do that shit. And then now look at them. You see what I'm saying? But it's okay. That's for them to deal with. That's not for you to deal with. You got your own shit to deal with, and that's what you're dealing with. You are awakening. You are ascending. You're getting ready to give birth to the new bloodline. You are the birth of the new, untainted, uncursed bloodline. You are the end of the old, out with the old, in with the new. Period. And they just gonna have to accept that shit. Because there ain't shit they can fucking do about it. They just gonna have to accept that shit and deal with it. And you were chosen to do this because you are disciplined with your manifestations. They knew you could take a lot, and they was gonna need somebody who could weather some heavy fucking detrimental ass storms and make it through, and still make it through in one piece on top all together. You ain't lost no they mind or nothing, because they need a whole temple to rebirth this new bloodline. and make way for the ancestors to return to the bloodline, to restore the bloodline. So yeah, your manifestations is bringing a lot of growth and awareness and consciousness. Your consciousness is expanding. Your intuition is getting sharper. Your celestial alignment is sharpening your talents and turning them into skill. Because everybody's born with talent, but you have to practice it. You have to practice it in order for it to become a skill. And so now that your talents are turning into skills, you're able to fearlessly love because nobody can do nothing with you. You're that girl, you're that guy. You're unmovable, unshakable, unbreakable because you rested in the arms of the Lord through all of this. That's how you made it through. That's how you were able to evolve. All the good things that you're able to say about yourself right now today was because you rested in the arms of the Lord and you gave God control over your life and you did God's will. You did not allow these entities to tempt you. You may have played, you may have entertained, but you never allowed them to slay you. You may have gotten detrimental spiritual ass whoopings because you played a little too long with some demons, but at the end of the day, you still reign supreme. They never were able to diminish your divinity. They were never able to take that out of you. They were never able to take the God out of you, your soul out of you. And that's how you were able to level up. And they are enraged about that shit. Let them be. They feel like you betrayed them with this radical rebirth that you're having here. Yeah. They're feeling very much so betrayed. Like, how dare you? How dare you level up in this way and expose our nasty secrets and have people seeing us in this tarnishing light? How dare you? And it's like, bitch, you should ask yourself that shit when you was doing what you was fucking doing. What is you talking about? And why is you talking to me? You feel me? Like, what are we talking about here? They act like somebody put a gun to their head and made them do that devilish ass shit, made them sell their soul, made them, you know what I'm saying, jump off into that stupid ass shit. They act like you made them do that shit to you. You didn't make them do nothing. That was a choice and a decision that they chose because it was a way of, because they chose this particular way of life. They chose this way to live their fucking life and they fucked up with that right there. But they definitely fucked up when they chose to fuck with you. So, I mean, you can't save people from themselves. You feel what I'm saying? You have to make a decision to stop doing the fucked up ass shit you're doing. Motherfucker gotta, like they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right? So, my darlings, my loves, these are the messages that I have for you all today. And until next time, my darlings, peace.